The crew starts shifting mats and getting their buffers ready when the last remaining store clerk sees a person she doesn't recognize step out from one of the aisles. She thinks it's a customer who failed to notice the store closing, but when she walks up to the guy and informs him it's after closing, he points a gun in her face. The cleaning crew are right at the front of the store at this point, and the guy moves on the clerk so quietly that they don't even notice what's going on. So as the gunman's forcing the clerk into the back office, they're completely none the wiser. And once he's in the office, the gunman orders the manager to hand over all the on-site cash. He hit at the exact right time, too, right at the end of the week, and we know that he made it out of there with a few $1,000s in cash along with a bunch of money orders totaling $3,000. But then, instead of just leaving after getting his hands on the cash, the gunman orders the manager and clerk back onto the shop floor and then rounds up the cleaning crew too. I didn't see exactly what the victims were bound with, but I later heard it was dog leashes the gunman grabbed from one of the aisles. And then once he got all 6 of them at the back of the store, he ordered them to tie each other up at gunpoint. He tied the last person up himself, and our survivor was telling us how, once everyone was tied up, he thought that the ordeal was over. The guy had his money, he had everyone tied up so they couldn't call the cops right away, and he had no reason at all to do what he did next. But he went ahead and did it anyway, and this is where things started getting really, really messed up. The gunman starts stacking people up in their twos, ordering them to lie on top of each other, and then before anyone can figure out why, he says, "God forgive me for what I'm about to do," and then starts shooting into the stacks. He only got a couple of shots off before either his gun jammed or he ran out of ammunition, and then when he ran off, our survivor said that he thought it was over for a second time. But then seconds later, the gunman comes running back with a knife he'd grabbed from someplace, and he starts asking the survivor if they're going to tell the cops about him. Obviously, the survivor says no, and so does the man stacked on top of him, who we later found out was the survivor's own brother. But as they're trying to convince the guy they won't tell us cops about him, he flips out and starts stabbing the brother on top with the knife he'd found. He cut the guy's throat from ear to ear and then kept on stabbing him in the back till the knife blade broke off inside of him. Our survivor claims he then asked him for a second time if he'd identify him to the cops if given the chance, and then when he says no again, the gunman walks out with the money and leaves the last man alive.